Mark?
Men, 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 manly men, 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 manly men, men, men.
Men, 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 manly men. Ooh.
Men, 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 manly men, 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 manly men, men, men.
Well, Two and a Half Men is about the conflict between two brothers who've really let each other slip out of their lives and are suddenly thrust back together.
How did you get in my house?
With a child, with my son, played by Angus T. Jones.
I'm a babe man.
How boys become men and how men become men, and, you know, growing up, basically, and how the little boy will grow up as well, hopefully under the tutelage of two guys who are also still in the process.
That's his head exploding.
It's the odd couple with a kid.
The brothers are estranged when the show starts. You know, they're trying to live very different lives as a result of the way they were raised.
Alan, the divan is not for sitting. Charlie, get off the couch.
They haven't spent a lot of time over the past decade. I don't recognize his son's name.
This could just destroy Jake.
Jake?
My son.
And so that tells you immediately that they just don't, there's not a lot of contact.
There's a lot of friction. I mean, of course, they're civil.
Do you have any sense of right and wrong?
Probably not.
You can only be so friendly to a man standing in your house who just doesn't belong there, you know? So, we're speeding. Let's look. Let's watch. It'll be fun.
The world I live in is dark and rainy. And you're useless in it.
Oh, really? I wasn't useless when you needed a place to stay.
The heart of the show is how this little boy impacts on Charlie's character, and everything grew from there.
I love you.
Our relationship is immediately that of equals. Well, if it makes you feel any better, you won $80 on that last hand.
85.
80. House gets a cut. I think the way that's been crafted by Chuck and Lee and the rest of the writers has been phenomenal.
I try to direct through character, and I try to make sure the actors playing the characters have the ability to get inside the character so that we can go with the funny after that.
What I love about the show is that Charlie's character is so unflappable. You know, he's got this ridiculous mother and this ridiculous brother and this kid just in his life all of a sudden, and he just sort of goes with it.
This is who I am. I make a lot of money for doing very little work. He sleeps with beautiful women that don't ask about his feelings. I drive a Jag, I live at the beach, and sometimes I like to make myself a big pitcher of margaritas and take a nap out on the sun deck. I think what's extraordinary is that this child, his brother's kid, delivers that something more, or the hope for that something more.
Are you saying you want me to come back and live with you?
Well, truthfully, no. I want Jake to come back and live with me, but I figure you're a package deal.
There are parts of my character that have been repressed.
Alan, sometimes when I think about coming home to you, I start crying in my car.
Okay, that would probably go on the don't side.
And I think that she's sick of her repression and ready to kind of dabble.
Alan, I think I'm gay.
Alan complains at one point that he's described as rigid and inflexible, and he says, well...
Don't you think that's a little redundant?
So he's that guy.
I think that the comic possibilities of a young child being raised by these two men who are opposing factors, by this grandma who's extraordinary and, you know, very colorful.
I love you too, Ma.
Too little, too late.
I think that's really a delicious thing to set out.
It started when Charlie said yes to the script.
First of all, I was thrilled when, you know, they said, oh, you're going to be auditioning for a show with Charlie Sheen. I said, oh, great.
And then, you know, the addition of Cryer was a miracle.
John, as an actor, is so good and so smart and so quick. He's brought my game up a whole different level.
It was my feeling that we had to get hit by lightning and find a little boy who was extraordinary, otherwise it simply wouldn't work. The casting director brought him in, and that was it. We were done. We didn't look at a second kid. He's magical. He's a really special little boy.
I just want to say, Angus farted. That's all I'm going to say.
No, you farted.
No. Angus farted.
No, you farted.
No. Dude. you beefed.
No, you farted.
When I met with Chuck Lorre initially, he said that he didn't want to contribute to the lineup of dumb dads on television.
It's a smart show.
Not just funny, but insightful.
3 great talents combining, to make this, something special.
I think 2.5 Men is going to be enormously popular, mostly because of the massive cult-like following of me.